and the boldness that you gain after speaking affirmations over yourself. The more you hear it, the more you believe that it's true.
And welcome to Premier Fitness. I'm Gene Williams, your yoga instructor, and I'm here to tell you about the benefits of yoga.
Okay, I got to turn my mic on. Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining our show. You have just tuned in to Where is the Love? I am your host, and I am Stephanie Hockenholm. Joining me is my co-host, my son, Gene Williams.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, son.
It's been a month of Sunday since I seen you.
Say what?
It's been a month of Sunday since I seen you.
Yeah, I know. What's up with that? That ain't cool. Yeah, we are here to share information about bullying. We thank you for joining us again. You are either watching us on YouTube Live, on Love Misunderstood Institute, or on Facebook, Love Misunderstood Institute, or my personal channel, Stephanie Terrell Hockenholm. You can also watch us on Pod TV, podtv.tv. You can watch us on the internet. Right now, you can also watch us live on Roku or Amazon Fire. Right now on TV, just go to search and type in PODTV space LIVE, and you can watch us live on TV. If you are here on one of the platforms where you can talk to us, ask questions, make statements, make comments, be nice. We talk about bullying, so we won't have no bullying here. But we invite and encourage your comments on our show. Last week, or on our last show, we talked about, this is a recap. We always recap what we did on our last show. So to recap, our show was about bullying and the stress it causes mentally, emotionally, psychologically, physically, etc. Also, how stress affects us as it relates to bullying. So today we're going to talk some more about stress. We're going to give you some tips as it relates to bullying and as it relates to life. We're going to give you some tips on things you can do, things that will be helpful. And we also have a video coming up in probably about mid-show where Gene, part of he'll share. So we're excited about the show today. Any comments, son? Anything you want to say? Welcome back to the show. I did a solo the last time, and I did better than I thought I would.
I already know he's going to do a good job. Yeah, it's good to be back. And I can't believe it's episode 52. Like that.
Yes. I got to get my headphones.
Good. So, again, we're talking about bullying and stress that comes from bullying. And just life in general, man. Life can be stressful. We're going to give you tools to help you work through and manage stress. We're going to give you the tools. We'll give you the tools to help you walk through it. Walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and you ain't going to see no evil. You ain't going to see none of it.
Okay, I'm back. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, yeah.
Good. All right. So you want to start out, son? Did you get to share your page? I shared from the YouTube. Yeah. Okay. Good.
All right.
If you are here, we are asking you, if you're on one of the platforms where you can share your page, please do that so that other people can join in on the conversation. Even if you can't stay, maybe they can, and this is something they need to hear right now. and that's what we're here for. So please share your Facebook pages, your YouTube channels, whatever you can share to help us get this message out.
All right. So starting at bullying, is that what I'm starting?
Stress. Are we on the same thing at the very top?
I'm seeing the emotional and psychological effects.
So are you looking at, does it say episode 53?
Okay.
No.
Oh, give me a second.
Okay, while he's looking for it, I'm going to go ahead and go on. Let me know when you get there, son.
Gotcha.
Okay, so as I said earlier, today we continue to address stress and the negative effects. I don't think I said this. It has on your minds and on our bodies. According to the American Institute of Stress, just as stress is different for each of us, there is no stress reduction strategy that is panacea. And that means a solution or remedy for all difficulties or diseases. Something I've said for years, everything don't work for everybody. So what might work for you might not work for somebody else. You need me to share it?
Yeah, I need to send it to me.
Okay. Y'all give us just a minute while we work this out. Work it out.
I'm gonna work it out. Work it out. You make your face like that. Work it out.
You got to look like that.
You gotta make that face. Work it out. All right, now I got it.
Okay, so I is it you got it open?
Yeah.
Okay, so starting at jogging and other aerobic. Right under remedy. So I'll read the first part. So stress is at the top. And okay, you ready?
Yep. All right. My bad, y'all. Players mess up too. You know what I mean? Listen, players mess up.
Oh Lord.
Here, that's my pimp laugh. Here.
Oh Lord.
Where that came from.
Cat Williams.
Right. So jogging and other aerobic exercises, different types of meditation, prayer, yoga, Tai Chi, they are all great for many people, but when arbitrarily imposed on others, they prove dull, boring, and stressful. This is certainly, there is certainly no shortage of stress relievers, and in addition to the above, various progressive muscular relaxation exercises, autogenic training, deep breathing, massage therapies, visual imagery, and self-hypnosis practices are popular. There are also acupuncture, acupressure, biofeedback, Alexander, Reiki, Feldenkrais, and other bodywork and postural techniques. Some people find that listening to music, hobbies, volunteer work, keeping a daily journal of events and how they feel, laughter, playing with pets, taking short breaks, or shopping helps them to relax. Yeah, a little retail therapy ain't never hurt nobody if you got the money for it. Others find relief for their stress-related symptoms from aromatherapy, nutritional supplements like chamomile, spearmint, kava, adaptogens, and St. John's wort, or even sitting under a pyramid. Also, skullcap is a great one. It's a great one to add to, like a chamomile tea. Yeah.
What is skullcap?
So skullcap is an herb that does the same thing as chamomile. It's
yeah. Relaxes you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Thanks, sis.
All right. There are also prescription tranquilizers.
You see what she said? She's saying, "Where's the hat, nephew?"
See, I got plenty of hats. This is what we got today. Look. There we go. I can't wear it every day. It's going to get boring. They were like, he wearing that same hat every time.
Looking like JJ
You know,
on
not
Good
on my,
Time.
not on my. All right. All right. So in addition, a variety of cranial electromagnetic stimulation devices have been found to be effective and safe for anxiety, insomnia, and drug-resistant depression. Also, tapping would be a great one as well, which is transcranial tapping. Strong emotional support.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll ask you.
Yeah, strong emotional support from group therapy, family, or friends is a powerful stress buster. I want to tell about what tapping is.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
And then get on the show and kind of give us some detail. I mean, you know, type your message in.
I thought you were saying you could hear. Okay.
No. All right. So, yeah, so the tapping, though, is again, I don't know a lot about it, but I do know that tapping in certain areas releases tension and stress. Tanika, she's going to get on there and give us a little more information.
Or if you don't want to get on the screen, you can get on the side close to his mic and tell us what it is. That would be help you get to it faster.
So just speak up so you can be heard.
So, hi everyone.
Hey, we can hear you good.
Okay. Tapping. There are many forms of it. It's equivalent to acupuncture.
Okay.
You tap on those what do you call those pressure points. You tap on those. Yeah, you tap on those pressure points, and with certain affirmations, or if you get with a therapist who does tapping techniques, they can help you uncover some tension or trauma that you didn't even realize that existed. It could have been something that's going on. You get triggered for some reason. You don't know why you're triggered by this particular situation or person. Right. And then they'll do tapping with you, and they'll say certain key things to, help you get in touch with that part that needs to be dealt with. And so they even have it for weight loss, to help relieve stress, and the breathing is important. Tapping and breathing are hand in hand. You have to do both of them. You can't really have one without the other. The one that I like is called EMDR. And you can use that. You can tap, or they have a machine that you can use that you would hold in both hands that pulsates in both hands. Or you can use an iBar machine, it'll have a light go left and right real fast. It's almost hypnotic, but not in that hocus pocus type way. But they all go hand in. They all do the same thing, help you to get to the core of those issues, and it helps you find some relief and some balance, because the goal is with tapping is to take that negative part and that positive part and bring them together so they can become neutral, and it can be a no thing. It's nothing. It releases the charge of whatever it is that may be going on with you. And I'll put some links up to some of the tapping techniques.
Thank you. We appreciate that, and thanks for the information. That's interesting.
You're welcome. No problem.
The body is very interesting to me. And Jean, what I didn't tell you is that on Wednesday of this past week, they had a mental health day for work. Okay. So we didn't work. They had meetings and then they had different things for mental health. And I did tell you that I asked I can't remember what her type, it's sports medicine, something like that is her title, but she does, of course, mental health stuff. And so she was teaching different things about mental health and mindfulness and stuff like that. And then we had what I didn't tell you. I told you that part, but what I didn't tell you is that we had, after we ate lunch, why that time, I don't know, but it wasn't as rough as I thought it was going to be. We had an hour of yoga. Yeah.
Nice.
So,
Okay now.
yeah, I didn't even realize it was a whole hour because I was paying attention to what she was saying and making sure I was doing stuff right and breathing right. And so my point of bringing that up is I'm realizing, I mean, the more I hear it, the more I understand how the importance of breathing, you know, when you're stressed.
Yes.
Breathing is very important. And we've heard that, you know, we've heard it in a lot of the things that we saying then, even through Eliza, the breathologist.
Right.
But that, I don't know, just hearing, like I said, hearing over and over different things, stop and breathe, slow down and breathe.
Right.
You know, just different stuff like that is showing and helping me to understand the value in the breath.
Right. Yeah. And often when we're stressed, the tendency is to hold the breath.
Yeah.
Or deep, shallow breathing, you know, which actually causes more anxiety. So
Yeah.
when you realize that you're in a state of stress, you have to take yourself back mentally and then consciously breathe deeply as you can. Fill your lungs all the way up and then exhale and consciously visualize yourself exhaling all of the negative stress, negative energy, and the tension that's in your body. So yeah, breathing is, I mean, like the saying goes, you know, your first breath is important and every breath in between. And your last breath is when you pass away. So every breath in between is important.
Wow. That's another way to look at it. Okay. I don't know where we were, so I can't help out.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so most of the
I'm just here.
This is my show, guys. I'm taking over.
Do you, boo?
All right, so most of the above are designed to reduce the annoying somatic and emotional effects of stress. The focus in recent years has been on preventing such problems, which makes more sense. This involves identifying the sources of stress. That's the big thing. You got to recognize where it comes from. Every disease, every symptom is based off of a foundation. So you got to figure out where it came from. It's a symptom of something. So to identify the source of stress is how you relieve the stress.
Yeah,
The
that makes
solution
sense.
within the problem. Yeah.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Educate us.
I know a little bit something like about that, big. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. All right. We sometimes create our own stress because of habits and traits that can have harmful effects that can be reduced using cognitive restructuring techniques such as behavioral modification, assertiveness training, time management, and stress inoculation. Others turn to smoking, alcohol, or drugs to relieve their stress, but these short-term solutions eventually cause even more stress and more problems down the road.
Right. I would just want to interject. And so while they cause temporary relief, they do have long-term effects, like, you know, negatively affecting your liver, and other parts of your body, your lungs, depending on what you're doing, and not just those areas, but those are two of the main areas that things like that affect. And so I was talking to somebody in the last few days when we were talking about temporary relief like that, you know, drugs and alcohol, and how, you know, it gets to a point where that's not enough. You need something stronger or want something stronger. And before you know it, you're, you know, a drug addict, you're strung out. And so the thing about, you know, the temporary relief is when you're not high anymore, that thing is still there.
Right.
When you're not drunk anymore, that thing is still there.
Right.
So you only covered it up, as all you did. Yeah.
It's like after you get done, be like, oh.
Yep.
I'm still here.
Yep.
I'm
Exactly.
still here.
And then so after, after doing that for a period of time, then it wears your body out. It wears your physical body out. It wears your internal organs out. And parts of your body suffer because we're not treating it right. So that's even, with excess weight, you know, um, things like that, you know, they affect us, temporarily, and they continue and they get bigger and they get bigger. And I just visualize saying that a snowball at the top of a hill is small and you roll it down, and the more it rolls, the bigger it gets. And that's how it is with issues and problems, that cause us stress in life. And so, anyway, I just wanted to add that.
Right.
And it goes back to dealing with getting to the root of the issue, like you said a little bit ago. We have to do that.
Shine light on it. Got to shine that light on it.
Right. So where?
Long-term use of prescription medications can result in dependency or adverse side effects. And some supplements can have similar problems or interact negatively with other drugs. For instance, St. John's wort has been shown to interfere with numerous medications, and Kava Kava is banned in the UK because of liver damage. So yeah, again, always do your research before you put anything in your body. Do all the research you can. If you know you're on certain medications, ask your doctor before you start trying to add in different things. You don't want to cause more issues trying to solve an issue without the correct information.
Right.
All right. This my subject right here. This is my subject right here.
Okay, so you can read it. I was getting ready to read, but you go ahead. Or you want me to read and you comment? Because you got the information. You got the juice.
That's fine. You do your thing. You do your thing.
Okay, just let me know when you want to interject. Why does exercise reduce stress? How much exercise do you need? In one study, researchers reported that clinically depressed adults who participated in regular exercise for 3 months had an improvement in symptoms similar to what might have been achieved with antidepressant drugs. Other studies have found that higher levels of physical activity are associated with fewer symptoms of depression in children, as well as improvement in symptoms of adults with PTSD, panic, and other anxiety disorders. You want to interject now?
I was going to say what I was about to say. It's coming up.
Okay. So you read it and then add what you want to add to it.
All right. So possible explanations are that vigorous exercise can release levels of endorphins, which are known to provide a sense of well-being and increased resistance to pain. Elite marathoners may experience a feeling of euphoria, referred to as the runner's high, and are often so insensitive to pain that they can continue to run on broken bones that would normally bring them to an immediate halt. However, the old adage, no pain, no gain, no longer seems to be valid, since many stress reduction rewards can be achieved by walking for 20 to 30 minutes several times a week, or other much milder physical activities that promote a sense of well-being. So in essence, there's a balance with everything. You don't always have to go to the extreme. The elite marathoners have trained themselves, mind, body, and mind and body and spirit to, hey
sis,
to train at that level. Maybe juicy. But yeah, so exercise it increases the feel-good endorphins in the body, which are the body's natural drugs. I mean, you have to think about the fact that any prescription drug that you get from a doctor is based off of something that physiologically happens naturally in the body. So it just reawakens that which has become latent for whatever reason. So exercise itself is it releases the stress, and it also strengthens the body and the mind at the same time. For instance, if you if you,
Wow, time is going by fast.
right, exactly, right, 25 minutes. But yeah, so, shoot, I was about to say, Mark, you distracted me.
So, no, we didn't know you were driving, but happy birthday, baby! So you won't be able to see this video, but you'll have to go back and look at this video because we are getting ready to play. We just interrupted what we were doing, but we got distracted, so it's okay because we have lost track of time. We are getting ready to play. Go ahead, Gene.
I did want to say that regardless of where you are in your fitness journey, it is important wherever you are. You can have no arms and legs. You can make whatever you have work. Work your body because not only does it help your body, but it helps your mind. And the thing is mind over matter.
Yeah.
Your mind creates what exists in your reality. So the stronger that you make your mind, even through exercise, makes your reality better. So yeah, that's imperative.
That's good. And you got to get your mind right to focus on whatever it is that you need, so if your focus is on the bad thing or the thing that you're like that temporary relief we were talking about earlier, right. And sticking to that, then you can't get your mind through that to get to the better thing.
Right.
So we're going to interrupt our show right now because we want to play Gene's video. And then after the video is played, we will talk. He'll talk some about that show, about the video, because this is one of his stress relievers. So watch the show. This is his first music video, G Wiz and the Solar System. He is G Wiz. So watch the video and listen to the lyrics of the video. We're ready, Mark.
The song is
see how my strength of will make me proud. Everything falls into place. Gotta take the risk, can't play it safe. Gotta have the faith to move a mountain. Then you'll be free. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, no. Cause to be the boss no more. So just clear sky. Decided to take control of my life. Now I'm not afraid to reach for those heights. Ain't no glass ceilings inside. Take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. me, won't let you take it, won't let you take it, won't let you take it, won't let you take it from me, won't let you take it, won't let you take it from me, won't let you take it, won't let you take it from me, won't let you take it, won't let you take it, won't let you take it, won't let you take it from me, won't let you take it, won't let you take it from me, won't let you take it, won't let you take it from me, won't let you take it, won't let you take it.
Yeah. Thank you, first of all, for playing that. Like, man, it's like I haven't watched it in. It's been about a month or two now. It's like, man, I remember it like it was yesterday. That was fun.
That's a bad song. So he's getting ready to tell y'all about this song, but I want to tell you the lady in the video is the one y'all just heard talking and teaching you about tapping. So you couldn't see her, but you just saw her in the video. So tell us about the song, how it how it came about, what was going on, because this is part of your stress relief. So share that with them to help them understand the value in writing and the value in relieving stress.
Right. All right. So, I mean, as I've mentioned before in past shows, I went through a really dark period with a particular relationship that I was in, even after it ended. But, what Won't Let You Take It From Me was written from the standpoint of I've been through my own personal hell with that particular situation. And I was determined to find my own peace of mind. Like even the third verse says, this peace of mind was hard fought. Like I fought hard to get to a point in my life where I was able to process how I was feeling, the stress I was dealing with, without having excess amounts of anxiety. Because man, I used to have panic attacks. Before I go back home, that's not a good feeling. You know what I mean? So,
and he's talking about before that song was written and in the relationship that he was in is what he's talking about. Go ahead.
Right. So the song came, one of my stress relievers or ways I release trauma is by writing. Sometimes it's a poem, sometimes it's a song. That one happened to be a song. It was like the Won't Let You Take It From Me. Won't Let You Take It From Me. It's like I remember now. I remember it was like I had contact from that person, and it was like they were trying to take me into a dark space again. And it's like, nah, I'm at a peaceful state of mind right now. I'm not about to let you take that from me.
Right.
Like, won't let you. It's like an echo. Won't let you take it from me. Won't let you take it from me. Wait a minute. Let me write that down. So, for me, music and writing and acting and things of that nature are therapy for me. It's literally I take a jacked up situation in this situation, and I alchemize it. I go through a process of identifying what I'm feeling, and then trying to find a way to express it that is healing. Just like again, people can use physical fitness. I do that as well. But writing is like I'd say top notch for me. Writing, singing, all that good stuff. And it's just like I wrote it from the standpoint of not only helping myself first and foremost, because you can only heal people when you've healed yourself first.
Right.
You can't heal from a broken vessel. A broken vessel can't hold water.
Yeah.
You gotta seal that stuff up from acknowledging, hey, first off, I have an issue. What do I need to do about this? And you go through the process of healing yourself so that you can hold that water and be quench the thirst. It's not really the term I'm trying to think of, but just help heal other people through your own healing process. And that's what that song is for me. And getting on stage, acting, and whatever artistic I can get my hands on while I'm going through a stressful situation to help somebody. So yeah, thank you again for playing that. Won't Let You Take It From Me. G was in the Solar System on all streaming platforms.
Congratulations, son. Every time I hear that song, I just grin the whole time I'm watching it while I'm bouncing and dancing. And it means so much because of the lyrics. And I have to remember that, when things are going on in my life that are not pleasant, what do I do? Do I hold on to that thing or do I let it go? Well, right. And if I choose to let it go, I'm saying I won't let you take it from me. I want my peace. I won't let you take that from me.
Right. Exactly.
So,
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
So I don't remember where we were here. Did we do the old adage, no pain, no gain?
Yeah, we were past that.
So some people who are depressed.
Yeah.
All right. Some people who are depressed or anxious may not have any desire to exercise, but should be encouraged to do as much as they can, even if it's just a few minutes at a time. The reason is that this often leads them to increase their activities bit by bit as they experience more benefits. And we talked before about, and you told us, shared in one show about doing, even if you do it in increments of 10 minutes, maybe 3 times a day, that's helpful. You want to add anything to that?
Yeah, so anything that you can do, try to make it as fun as possible. I mean, some people dance. Dancing is a form of exercise, any type of movement, walking, being out in nature. Just find something that you enjoy, build up. Don't expect yourself to be, it's like, a person who sits on the couch all day expecting themselves to get up off the couch and be Usain Bolt tomorrow. No, there's a process. And
Yeah.
you build up slowly but surely. As to not only overwhelm your mind but overwhelm your body. You can't go from 0 to 10. I mean, you can do it, but you're not gonna be able to be consistent. So do what you can be consistent in.
Yeah.
If you do 10 minutes a day to start off, start at that 10 minutes, and then maybe add 5 each week. By the end of a month, you're at 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And you'll feel a lot better. You'll look better, and that'll boost your confidence. Those feel-good endorphins will be kicking in. Man, you'll be a superhero. Puppy power.
That's true, because when you look good, you sure do feel good. I look nice. I feel good.
Yeah, it's that good narcissist. Like there's a balance. You got the narcissist, and it's not narcissism. It's just like I feel good about me. I'm confident in who I am. That's where you always want to be. But when you feel good about you and you got to damage everybody else to make you feel good, that's where the narcissism comes. That's where it's an issue.
Right.
You're supposed to feel good about you. If you don't compliment you, who else will?
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. So,
Harvard.
Okay. Go ahead.
So according to the Harvard mental health letter, you don't have to have a program that includes 45 minutes of sweating, grunting, and groaning.
He just said that.
Walk, right, exactly. A 10-minute walk is as good a place to start as anything else.
Yep.
Excuse me.
And it counts.
Oh yeah.
So don't discount it and say I didn't really do anything. I just did 10. Right. That's 10 minutes or something. That's a win.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a win. Celebrate the small things as a win.
Yes.
And as progress. I did something.
Right.
And just keep doing it.
Right. 10 minutes is better than 0.
Right. Yep. Yep. That's good.
All right. So according to healthline.com, what is depression? Depression is a mood disorder. Oftentimes, people with depression experience chronic sadness and have a hard time accessing or expressing joy. While occasionally feeling low or down is part of the human experience, depression is more pervasive and is considered a serious medical condition. While depression can present differently in each person, there are a few common symptoms: feeling sad, hopeless, or empty, decreased energy, sleep difficulties, frequently feeling annoyed or angry, loss of interest in hobbies and interests that you once enjoyed, difficulty concentrating, appetite or weight changes, chronic physical pain like headaches, digestive problems, and cramps that don't subside with treatment, thoughts of suicide or self-harm.
So, what causes depression? These are some of the symptoms
Right.
of depression, but guess what? We just talked about stress. Stress can cause depression. That's not the only thing that causes depression, but stress can cause depression. And so that's why we're talking about this as well. You want to add something?
Yeah, and even just the symptoms themselves, again, like you said, are indicative of something else. You find the foundation, you shine light on that thing that caused these symptoms. Um, but again, like the thing is, you have to take your power back, because when you're in a state of depression, you generally don't want to do anything.
Right.
And the more you don't do something, the more it increases that you're depressed. And you have more reasons to be depressed.
Yeah.
And we also have to watch our wording. You know, often you hear people say, "I'm depressed." You're feeling depressed. You don't want to be depressed. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? The
Yeah.
more you say I am is a form of creation. I say I am, then I am that I am. So if I say that I'm depressed, then yes, you're depressed. You're going to have more situations that increase that
Right.
depression. However, if you acknowledge that you're feeling depressed, then there is the ability to transition out of that depression into a state of enjoyment and pleasure.
And it's all about a choice, making a choice. You see where you are, you see what's happening. What choice do you make? Do you want to keep it? I say that all the time. You want to keep it in this closed fist? Hold on to it. That's you going through, right? Sever the ties. So you have to.
Them losses.
So you have to choose to hold on to it or let it go. If you choose to let it go, then good things can come to you. But as long as you want to hold on to it, Jean's already said it. More of that is going to come to you because that's what you chose.
Yeah. And it's just like when you clean your house or you give away things and make space for that thing. The things that no longer serve you, you give them away, and then it makes room for those things that do serve you.
Yeah. And it's the same thing with giving away whatever it is that I'm feeling. You're giving it away so that you can get something better. So it's all up to us. We always have a choice in whatever is going on. You want to add something else?
Oh no, we touched on everything right there.
All right. Some of the common causes of depression are family history, hormone or chemical imbalance, trauma, and substance use. Certain medical conditions can also increase a person's proclivity toward depression. Depression affects everyone differently, whether you're experiencing deep depression, loneliness, grief, or extreme stress that's impacting your health. It's important to have easy access to help when you need it. For some people, that means therapy, medication, or a combination of both. For others, a mobile app may provide a valuable, separate, or complementary option for tackling depressive symptoms. The perks about the apps is you're not having to pay insurance, you're not having to travel or make an appointment. And those are things that are necessary if you're going to see a therapist. And then discretion and convenience are key. So if you're using an app or if you're using something to help you through your depression and it is not working, that means you need more. So whether it be a therapist or medication at the doctor's discretion or something else, that is good for you. If you're not able to deal with the things on your own, there's always help. So just remember, we always give this number mental health therapist, 988. Call 988. If you can't trust anybody or feel like you can't trust anybody for that time or during that time, call 988. They don't know you, but they are there to help you process what's going on to help you get through it. So you want to add?
Yeah, I was going to say, one of the apps I like to use, I get meditations from every once in a while. It's called Calmly.com. It's a really good app. They have meditations. They have short ones, like 5 minutes. They have long ones, 30 minutes to an hour. But what that does is when I do it right, I generally do it first thing in the morning to set the tone for my day. I mean, even doing something like that, it sets your intention. It also exercises your personal power. You know, when you set the tone instead of allowing life to set the tone for you, then you're in a better position. That's where we go wrong. We often let life just kind of, steer us however, but no, you take your position as a powerful being and you determine, okay, this is what my day is going to be like. And I sit down 5 minutes, 30 minutes, however long, and you spend that time setting your intention for the day. And I guarantee you, it'll go better. And the more you do that, you create a gravitational pull that gives you that thing over and over again. Choices.
Yeah.
And knowing your own personal power.
Yeah, that's good. So what you don't know is that I found a lot of information on meditation today. So that's going to be an upcoming subject, because meditation is something I strayed away from because of different meditations that I've understood. And I'm like, nah, I'm not. So anyway, there are, just like in everything, there's good ways to meditate and bad ways to meditate, or healthy ways to meditate and ways that, may not be so healthy or so good. So we're going to talk about meditation in one of our upcoming shows.
Awesome. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I know you are.
Yeah.
So you want to do this next part, or you want me to start? We have about 10 minutes.
All right. So in order to deal with stress, we're going to make lifestyle changes. So for mild or seasonal depression, sometimes making lifestyle changes can alleviate, feelings of sadness and emptiness. Taking care of yourself by eating well, getting enough sleep, and prioritizing your own needs can impact depression. Did we just say that?
Yeah.
You gotta. You can only help people from the standpoint of being healed. If
Yeah.
you're broken, a broken vessel can't hold water to help nourish other people. It's just not.
That's good. That's good.
Spend time outside. Spending time outside can give your body much needed vitamin D, which is known to impact mood and your overall well-being. That's one thing that people don't get. Like, that's one of the getting outside, getting vitamin D, getting fresh air actually helps alleviate depression. A lot of times when people get medical help with their depression, they find out that they have a lack of vitamin D. So getting outside, getting vitamin D, and even if your body is not absorbing like it should, then maybe your doctor will prescribe you a vitamin D supplement.
Yeah.
Just getting outside, watching water, seeing it, stepping in the grass, grounding, walking barefoot in grass, and it's clean grass. You don't want to go in grass and dogs in it. Anyway.
Leave it up to you.
Right.
Say something crazy.
Yeah, I had to throw something crazy up in there. I salt baited. But no, but yeah, grounding, walking in sand or grass or something like that. That your body is like, it pulls the negative energy out of you. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah, water. Yeah, water. Being around water. Even listening to water. I know you do that.
I love it.
Yeah, ocean water. Yeah.
I blew their minds this week at the mental health thing, saying because they were asking, about finding peaceful things, and every morning, that's a part of what I do. While I'm studying and I'm praying, I'm listening to running water and chirping birds. They go together.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can go without the water, but after a little bit, just hearing the birds chirping, I'm like, that ain't enough. I need more water. So then I turn on the water, have them both going, and it's just so peaceful to me. And so it sets my mind at peace and in a peaceful state before I go out there. And I always say, go out there and be attacked by the wolves, because I don't know what's going on out there. But it's some crazy stuff and crazy people. So I have to, that's how I prepare my mind every morning, by listening to the running water and the chirping birds. It just set such a peaceful state of mind for me. And I've been doing it for a long time now. And I have to have it. It's just wonderful.
Yeah.
So, maybe go ahead.
No, you finish.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, it takes you to that meditative state that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Which is that meditative state.
Yeah. So, and that's what I need, because that helps me, when people say or do crazy stuff to me, then I've already set my mind, set a certain tone for my mind for that day. So it's like, okay, had I been, for example, not gotten enough sleep and been in an irritated mood, then I would have attacked them about whatever crazy thing they said or did. But I just look and I try not to shake my head and roll my eyes. Because I do that sometimes. I'm like, oh my God, what in the world? So I try not to, because of the nonverbal body language. So, so I try not to do that. So it helps me. You needed this show today. Good. We're glad to be able to give it to you. Because what y'all don't understand is that when we do these shows, we are still healing. We are still healing from things, and it's going to be a lifelong process. Right. I was talking to a lady yesterday, and we were talking about, abusive relationships and bullying and how they tie in together. And so we were talking about, my mind is going too fast. Slow down, mind.
Take a deep breath.
But we were talking about, that's what I was going to say. We were talking about how things are ongoing. People think just because you're talking about bullying, you're all the way healed. For example, you're all the way healed, or just because you're talking about abuse, you're all the way healed. Lies, lies, lies. Never. As long as we live, we are going to continually be healing from something, because that's a part of life. And so anyway, I just wanted to say that because it's so true. Go ahead.
Well, I did want to say it is a lifelong journey. And the deal is, again, like we said before, you have to make the choice to heal.
Yeah.
Just because you're okay, just because you're no longer in that situation does not mean that you healed.
Right.
Now you're out of it.
Yeah.
So now you got to do the work to get to a place where you're in a good space. You have to do the work.
Right.
You got to do the work.
Right.
The work is just going to be a bigger, worse cycle, and you're going to attract that thing right back to you in a worse form. So you have to do what is necessary to heal yourself in between those things.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's an everyday thing.
Yep. And so when those triggers come up, you have to deal with those triggers. Why am I constantly being triggered? Why am I constantly thinking like this? Or why does that bother me? You have to deal with it. And that's another part of our conversation yesterday. If you don't deal with the issue when it comes up, it's going to continue to return. What'd you say?
I said, if you don't deal with it, it's going to deal with you. Trust
right. And it's going to deal with you in a way that you're going to end up depressed. You're going to end up, that's just one of the things. You're going to end up stressed out, because you're ignoring the real issue. The real issue is this is a problem. And if I don't deal with the problem, this trigger, this thing that makes me mad when somebody says this one word or does this one thing. If you don't deal with it, what?
What Mark said, it'll bite you in the butt.
Right. And it's going to bite you hard. I
Right.
mean, it's not going to be a light bite. It's going to be a bite,
Yeah,
a hard bite.
take a chunk out. But I did want to add to that, though. Not only so, the depression and whatnot starts in the mind. If
Mhm.
you don't deal with it, then it manifests in your body and it breaks your body down. And stress is the number one killer and causer of disease.
Yep.
So again, you have to do the work or it will work on you.
Yes.
Period.
And when it works on you, it's going to work on you mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically. It's going to work on you in every area of your life because you're not dealing with the issue. And you can't be like, and I'm talking about me, for example. I used to wimp out. I didn't think of it like that, but now while I'm talking, that's what I would do because I didn't know how to deal with issues. And I thought if I ran from them or stayed away from them or avoid them, they'll go away. That's not how things work. So that's what I meant by wimping out. We have to deal with issues or they will return. They might not return next week, but next year when you forgot about it and you thought you was cool and everything was all good, it's going to return again. Hello, I'm here again. And if you don't deal with it, you're going to keep repeating that process, that cycle until you get it. I have to deal with this. I can't run from it no more. I have to say this. The lady at work, she don't know how to deal with me no more because I took her stuff, avoided her, and would just stay away from her as much as I could. And so the more I did that, the more I was tormenting myself. Basically, I was allowing myself to be tormented. And then when I finally let her know how I felt, because I was tired of this, and I didn't go off on her, y'all. I did not go off on her, but I snapped on her. I had to snap on her. Listen. So anyway, after I snapped on her, I just let her know, I'm doing this and you're in my way. And so move. And I didn't say it like that either. I just said, because she got mad when I said I'm using this, because she kept moving, putting something on it. So I said I'm using this, and then she got mad, and I said, and I don't care about you getting mad. I don't care. She was like, "Ooh, she's been running from me and avoiding me for months," and I lied on her. And now this is how she responds. So now she be saying thank you to me all the time. She be saying thank you to me all the time, and she has a lot more respect for me. But you have to do that. And so I'm gonna say this: when I say wimping out, when I'm running away and avoiding you, I'm praying because I don't want to act a fool like you doing. Is what I don't want to do. And so I don't want to come out of character. So I'm praying so that I don't come out of character and so that I don't, so that I do the right thing. So I'm not just avoiding, but I'm praying for strength and for courage to do the right thing. We're at the end of the show. You want to add something?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, so another stress reducer, and you just kind of touched on it, is setting firm boundaries with people from the start. When you set firm boundaries, they know, all right, the rest of that stuff I'm about to do ain't going. So, all right, you stick to it. And after you do that for a while, again, you set a standard. So you reduce the stress of allowing people to just treat you in a kind of way. Now I'm stressed out because, I haven't dealt with this. And now I'm about to snap on them. So
right.
Build up. Hey, listen, hey, man. No, I'm working over here. I need you to not. Don't put that over there no more. you just keep, hey, man. Hey,
right.
You heard me.
Right.
I'm working over here.
So it is time to end the show. Mark, I'm not sure what new video you're talking about.
I was saying that we should play his video again, the music video. Because I was like, it was a good music video. It's got some slingshots, and like I told you before, my brother is actually the co-president of the local club and all along those lines. So I just figured we should play that video to close it out, if that was all right with you and Jane, because I was like, why don't we close out the show the same way we did in the middle? So that's the video I was referring to. I think we should close it out with being seen twice, since it's the same band that is on the usual closing video, but this is their newer stuff. So I'm just thinking we should close out with that. That's where I was going.
That's a good idea, and I didn't tell him about your brother. So after we close, you have to tell him about that, unless you want to tell him right now.
No, I just kind of alluded to it, but yeah, when the video, I don't know, I think your mom told me that you those guys stopped by, but those are like those Batmobile cars, and that is a Polaris slingshot, and all along those lines. And there is a chapter here. I think they've actually throughout North Carolina, which is where I'm based at, and my brother is the Malik is the co-president, so it's him and another brother, and they've definitely done a lot of work during the pandemic. They did some drive-by graduations. They did some work around MS and things to just let folks know that the vehicle can be a fancy car, but it can also be a way to draw attention to causes and different other things as well. So that's kind of what they do, is they have got several members. I know they've been down to South Carolina. I think they've been into some other states as well. And of course, they're all over North Carolina and everything. But yeah, when I saw that on the video the first time your mom showed it, I was like, oh, I know those cars. I know on a regular basis.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad you got to tell him about that, because I didn't tell him.
No problem. Glad to be able to tell him about that and everything. I was actually busy today. Y'all right up the alley, because a friend of mine was in town, and they're actually doing research on Panda and Pans, and I'm helping them with an autism book about that. So they're doing a lot of research around that whole notion, and that can do with everything from mental health to a number of other things. And a lot of people don't know what pandas and pans are, but I know that both of you, being in that field, are familiar with that, the whole thing, and they're doing a book about that. So yeah, Kelly Jones is an advocate, and she's doing that work. So I was actually doing a Audible for her. So that'll hopefully come out in another month or two.
That's cool. Congratulations.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Got to get an Audible of y'all's book as well. So after I'm done with these projects, then I'll have to get the Audible for your books as well.
Yay! Okay, we can close with that video. Thanks for suggesting it.
No problem. Let's do it.
All right, y'all. Take care. We will see y'all next Sunday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time right here, wherever you're watching us. Stay tuned for the video.
And become a common thing, but I have the faith to move a mountain. As you'll see, won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Dark clouds, catastrophes, and self-doubts, but I kept my head when I couldn't see how. My strength of will make me proud. Everything falls into place. Gotta take the risk, can't play it safe. Gotta have the faith to move a mountain. Then you'll be free. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. No, cause to be the boss no more. So now just clear sky. Decided to take control of my life. Now I'm not afraid to reach for those heights. Ain't no glass ceilings inside. Take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. 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 Won't let you